Hello, my pickles, my snowflakes, and my turtles, the president of the NMWC, and also all the members of the NMW Club, no matter what club. That's how we do it here at Pearls of Wisdom and Food. My name is Sarah. Welcome, welcome. If you're new, because it's January and we have a lot of newbies, welcome, welcome. This is a no-nonsense channel on how to do our keto every day. We don't play, we look at it, we love to lose weight, sure, but we also want to be satiated and we also want to improve our health and have wonderful non-scale victories. A lot of us are older, meaning that our metabolisms are the same. They could be a little deranged, my favorite phrase, deranged metabolisms. Thank you to Keto Dudes for that. And so we got a lot of healing we have to do. Yeah. And I'm even in like a second or third phase of that healing because I probably doubled my protein. I like to keep my protein at around 70 to 80 grams a day, which is not high by anybody's standards, but it was a lot higher than what I was having before. And I've lowered my fats from like 110 to 120 down to about 80 as well. So that 80-80 kind of sort of works for me. And my carbs, I do total, not net, and I always keep them under 10. And I have plenty of veggies. Today, for example, I'm having a salad with some cucumber in it and some celery in it. We're talking 20, 30 grams of each. And I'm also having asparagus and some Brussels sprouts. So what's not to love about this? This is identifiable food. I don't play. I don't ketofy. I don't romance the shakes or the power bars, the candy bars with wigs, as I call them. I just do plain, old, simple, old school keto. It's just like my videos. It's what you get. You see what you get here. You're getting an old broad, and she's doing her keto the way that she does it. And I just come to you Monday through Friday, sometimes SOS, Sarah on Saturdays, and we just get it done. So if you're a returning warrior and you tested the waters of that other world, welcome back. We support you. No shame, no judgment. Just understanding how it works to be a human. The struggle is real. The pull is realer, if there is such a thing. A lot of people just can't not cave. How's that for a sentence? So we do what we do. We figure out what is a satisfying meal for us or 2 meal for us. Some people do 3 meals. I have 1 meal a day between 2:30 and 3:30, and it's a nice substantial meal, and it carries me through the day. I never thought I could do 1 meal a day, and then poof, there I was, reserving my right to go back to 2 meals a day if it didn't work. But surprise, surprise, it does. I've probably been doing it for more than a year. I never kept like a diary of like, and then I. All I know is that 5 years ago, in December, I gave up sugar and grains. And actually, in August, I gave up sugar and grains. And then and I was still low carb, high fat for 3 months. And then that December, so 5 years ago, I went down to 20 total carbs. And for the last whatever, I've been under the 10 total carbs. And it just works for me. I like my vegetables. I know that there's an anti-nutrient, anti-vegetable movement, but I tried it with some disastrous, painful results. And so I'm happy with my little bit of veg now. And it just keeps me. It's regular vegetables, unadorned. I don't get into like casserole-y things. I do have like little mini quiches at times, but I don't ketofy. I'm not looking for the breads and the desserts and fat bombs and things like that. I stopped drinking my fats. a few months ago. So now I just have heavy whipping cream and a little bit of Zyla in my coffee, and I find that holds me over. I did give up sweetener for a while, and then I found I missed it, and I had a wonky feeling without it. So now I find it works. And so that's how I do my day, and it just kind of works. So when I have my OMAD, I have a piece of protein. Sometimes if the protein isn't high enough, I'll add 2 soft-boiled eggs. One of my clients just asked me, I know I need more protein because I'm still thinking about food and craving food later on. What do I do? So for me, my suggestions were a non-fat or a low-fat Fage yogurt or cottage cheese. I like Good Culture. It doesn't have a lot of additives to it. Having the 2 soft-boiled eggs, or having chicken breast, which is very high in protein. A lot of people don't like it. It doesn't have a lot of flavor. They always say go towards the fatty cuts like the thigh. But if you're looking for higher protein, I would imagine that a chicken breast would serve the bill and get that protein up. And as I found, and a lot of you might have too, upping the protein keeps me satiated longer. It helps me go that distance. So when I go the 23 hours without eating, I'm not really jonesing for the food so much as I just have a natural, normal, ready to eat after 24 hours, and that's what works. I don't get into the, I don't get into the science and the mysteries and the weighing and the, I do weigh, I do measure, and I do track with my chronometer, but I don't get into a lot of the science of it. I just know that when Sarah is full and she feels good, then it's a good day. And I've been doing this long enough so I know what my formula is that works. You're welcome to my formula if it works for you, and if it doesn't, well, then you've learned. That's how we operate here. We are N equals 1, which means an experiment. We are the experiment. And just because somebody else does blah, 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 when they do it, doesn't mean that it's going to work for us. So because I'm a recovering food addict, I also have to take other things into account. And so it's one of those, I've worked hard at figuring this out. And so, yeah, that's how it all goes. And I'm happy to be here doing this every single day. And I also have a keto coaching business, ketocoachingsarah.com, if you're wonky with your food and you want to have a better handle on things. So today was my first weigh-in in 3 weeks, and I weighed 123.4. I always laugh at that. So I hadn't weighed for 3 weeks. I weighed less 3 weeks ago, but it's just a few ounces. So it's not, it just is what is. And that's how it goes. I'm an older woman. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not overeating for sure. So my calories today are 900.8. My protein for the day is 69.4. My total carbs with those veggies that I mentioned is 7.7, and my fats are 66.3. And today I'm having a pork chop, and I saute it in coconut oil. I am having Trader Joe's organic radicchio and butter lettuce with the with 35 grams of asparagus that I cook in the toaster oven with a spray of coconut oil on them. And in the salad is 30 grams of raw cucumber cut up, English organic cucumber, and also 30 grams of organic celery chopped up in it. And I put on it 20 grams of macadamia nut oil and 5 grams of Fourth and Heart ghee. And I melt the ghee in the macadamia nut oil on top of the toaster oven and pour it on the salad when it's time. And so, yes, the weight's 1, 2, 3.4. That is my range. I have 2 to 3 cups of coffee during my intermittent fasting, and it just works for me. It carries me. It's just a few grams of fat in the heavy whipping cream. And yeah, I stopped all the bulletproof and all of that. I stopped drinking my fats, right, Mike? And so it just works for me. It carries me. I'd love to say I can drink black coffee, but I can't. So it works for me. My cravings and my cravings and my longings and my unsatisfied, non-satiated feelings, I don't have those anymore because I know how to pack enough into that one meal a day, and it carries me. It just does. If you have a craving or a hunger and it's a faux hunger, it's just I could be bored hunger, I suggest Celtic salt crystals on your tongue, followed by a few glugs of a mineral water. I have Topo Chico. I also have San Pellegrino, and these things carry me. I don't drink as much water as I used to. I probably have, I don't know, 60 to 70 ounces a day, but not a lot. 20 ounces with my supplements and 20 ounces with my lemon water when I wake up in the morning. And then I have my coffees. And so, and a Topo Chico or a San Pellegrino when I go to my meeting. And it just all works. Being satiated is probably a very important part for me because if I'm not satiated, my head will wander. And if you know that feeling, you know that feeling. So keeping your belly accountable. And Mike from Keto OMAD did a video one time about the stomach being empty, or the stomach being empty, but there's no hunger. And I identify with that. It took me a few views to understand it, but then, oh yes, that's true. My stomach can be empty because I can hear it gurgle and growl all night long when I do an overnight and I'm awake. But all that means is it's just doing its digestion thing, but it doesn't mean feed me, feed me. So I do have those little gurgles, and I know that my stomach is empty, but I'm not hungry because I know that I'm going to have my meal between 2:30 and 3:30, and it just keeps me okay with that. I don't know. It took a long time to get here because of being a food addict. I often caved to those cravings many years ago, and it's not a fun place to be, ruled by the disease of addiction. So it's a day at a time. We do it the way that we do it. I weigh, I measure, I use my chronometer. You don't have to, but if you do, then there's your telltale story. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you the next time here. January's a Get Back to Basics month, and that's how I like to keep it 12 months of the year, but especially in January. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. And today it's well under 10 total. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.